Hello and welcome to Connected Life. This is Anthony, and this podcast is about manifestation, reconnecting with yourself so that you understand your thoughts and your feelings. The key to life and the key to the reality that you want are based on your thoughts and your feelings. The way you think leads to the way you feel. So if you're not getting what you want in life, the relationship, the job, the health, the wealth, the marriage, the partner, the travel, whatever it is, it's because you're thinking a certain way. And because you're thinking a certain way, you're feeling a certain way. So learn how to manifest what you want based on reconnecting with yourself and managing your thoughts and your feelings. Have a specific topic that you want to hear about? Go to the show notes and click on fan mail and send a question, and we'll be sure to talk about it in an upcoming episode. If you enjoy this episode, please like, share, subscribe if someone else might find it helpful. To see the video version of this on YouTube, go to @YourConnectedLife. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to episode 121. We're getting up there, right? So today I want to talk about relationships as usual, but I want to talk about what we're doing when we're in a relationship, right? And things are not going well. So I had someone leave a comment on one of my videos on YouTube and say, basically, just a bunch of problems, right? Here are all the problems. What do we do? We're married. We have busy schedules. We have children. We work late. We don't always have meals together. We're trying to do little side gigs to bring in extra money. It's, I guess, a struggle to reconnect with one another. I work long hours. She works long hours, not as long as I do, but she has her job. She has the kids. I have my job. I have the kids. And I also try to do some little side jobs, some little side gigs. I want to bring in a little extra money. I want to have a little fun. I want to do some hobbies, and hopefully those hobbies will lead to a little additional income, right? That's a story that a lot of us have. That's what we're doing at this point in time in life because, well, things don't always go superb when you just work your regular day job or your night job. You kind of have a lot of people out there doing extra. All right. So you're doing your jobs, you're doing your extra, and you have children. The children, of course, require a lot of attention. So the thing that I brought up in this rather lengthy question and my response was also quite long. It would be much better to jump on a call and do some one-on-one, just, to get a feel for where this person actually is in their life with regard to mindset. But, sometimes we don't have access to do that. So my questions are, what are you doing to get time to reconnect with your wife? How are you going about that? And I gave ideas of how that could work. But the biggest question today for this episode is, when you say you're having a problem or you say you have problems, the first question I have for you is always, what are you doing about it? What do you think you could do about it? What can you work on together as a couple? If you're a couple and you're not married and you have children, if you are a couple and you are married and you have children, even at the stages where you're simply a couple and you haven't chosen or had children yet, what are you doing? So you leave a question on YouTube And I am grateful, right? I'm grateful to be able to give you something that hopefully helps you. Regardless, the question is always, what are you doing? And if you're not doing anything, what do you think you could do? Or what do you think would work for you? That's a question that I always ask my clients, because the bottom line is we know what we want to do. We know what we don't want to do. And I'm not someone that tells someone, well, here, look, here's a list of ideas. Go do them. It's more about, what do you want to do? What are you comfortable with? What makes your life feel more fulfilling? What's easier? And one of the biggest things is, what can you remove? A lot of people look at, what can I add? What can I add in to get connection with my spouse? I think the question often is, what can I remove? What can I take away? What can I stop doing? What am I wasting time on? Where am I wasting time? Do I sit silently scrolling on my phone for 15 minutes after I come home from work? That 15 minutes could be spent reconnecting with your spouse, with your children, or both. So a lot of times we're looking at our situation and we're thinking, I don't have time, or we don't have time, but we're not actually looking at every moment that we spend wasting that time. So if you're watching a TV show, or if you're scrolling on your phone, or if you are playing a video game, or listening to a podcast, or watching a video, whatever it is, that's part of what you're doing that could potentially be taking away time that you could be spending with your partner. So a lot of times when I talk with people, I say, okay, well, what are the things that you are willing to remove? What are the things that you are willing to stop doing? I had one guy say, well, I go to guitar lessons twice a week, so that takes up an hour of my time. And I said, okay, well, what do you want to do with guitar? Is it just for fun? Are you going to join a band? What's going on with that? And he said, well, I just started them because I thought I would be interested in it. And now I'm not that interested in it, but I didn't feel like I wanted to just quit. And I think we do that a lot, right? We sign up for something, we join something, we start something, and we don't have the interest that we thought we would have, or we get into it and we're interested for the first month, and then we're not interested anymore. And then we're kind of thinking, well, what's the point? I should just quit. I should just leave. I should stop doing this. And what happens? The ego kicks in. And the ego says, you're a quitter. Give it more time. You're just being whatever, fill in that blank. You're just being. So maybe there is a small part of you that likes doing what you're doing, but the majority of you, or the other parts of you that don't enjoy it, need to also be brought into the picture. Why do I want to leave? Why do I want to stop doing this thing? Why isn't this thing benefiting me? And perhaps even, what else can I do in that amount of time that would serve me more, or serve someone else more, or make my life more fulfilling, or give me a better sense of accomplishment or satisfaction? So don't just stay in something because you started it and you don't want to quit. We start things, we end things, we go places, we leave places. Even relationships, right? We get into relationships, we leave, we break up, and that's coworkers, that's friends, that's partners. All of it comes and goes. So we have to learn, when things no longer serve us, or we are no longer interested, we simply have to walk away and choose something else that is more in alignment with what we want, more in alignment with our spirit now. Our spirit can change, right? It shifts, just like emotions and thoughts and feelings come and go. Our spirit is constantly changing. So if you sign up for a class or a hobby in that class the first part of June, and by the first part of July, you're just not feeling it, that's okay. Walk away and start something new. Or walk away and get back into your spirit or your essence and find something that is more satisfying or more fulfilling to take up that space versus simply doing something because your ego might be telling you you're a quitter, you're a loser, you always start things and never finish. And it's kind of dependent on what those things are. If you start painting a room and you only get half of the room done, well, it's kind of important that you finish the second half of the room. But there are so many ways to go about that, right? You can ask for help. You could hire someone. It's not like you're simply quitting. But in that case, that is something that you probably want to get done. So finish it the best way you can and move on. But when it comes to hobbies or classes or sporting events, and we're no longer interested in them, we kind of have to say, all right, this is not serving me. This is no longer interesting. I can walk away. I can let it go. The people that are there that enjoy my company, they can let me go. The people that I like seeing, simply because I like seeing them, even though I don't like doing this particular activity, I'm okay with letting go of that. And that frees up so much more time, right? Maybe you have an hour, maybe you have 90 minutes. You may even have 2 hours or more that now you can dedicate to your spouse. You can make dinner for your wife. You can make dinner for your children. You can put your children to bed. You can give your children a bath versus you're coming home later because you were in a class or doing a hobby that you're no longer interested in. So I guess this episode is more about what can you remove? What can you stop doing that you're no longer interested in and free up time to do the things that you are interested in, the things that you want to do, and the things that are more important and more fulfilling to you, your family, and your spirit. Thanks for listening. I'll hear you. You'll hear me in the next episode. Well, that's our show for today. I truly hope that you enjoyed and gained some personal knowledge. Please download, like, and share if you believe someone may benefit from this show. Send me a text with your questions about the connection between thinking, emotions, and manifestation by clicking on fan mail in the show's description. Video footage of this podcast is available on YouTube at Your Connected Life. Thank you for listening, and let's connect again next week.